I was hanging with you, and then I realized I didn't think it was true. I was surprised.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And today I am going to be doing a little bit of I've been doing this for a while, but I came up with a title because it's going to be a series called Let's Discuss Blank in ASMR. Because I like talking about different stuff, and I like just talking about things in general. So I decided to come up with a title for it. So today is basically the first episode with a new title called Let's Discuss Blank in ASMR. Today we are going to do Let's Discuss Autism in ASMR. So before we get started, I'm going to chew some gum so we can have a little bit more ASMR in the background while we discuss our topic for today. So I just have some Trident bubblegum flavor. Alright, now let's get started. So, let's discuss autism, shall we? So, if you guys know, I have Asperger's, which is a part of the Autism Spectrum. So, when I was younger, for a lot of people that are autistic or just neurodivergent in general, you guys know that school was always hard for us, for most of us, because our behavior was seen as really bad when we just didn't know how to really control ourselves. And for me in the early 2000s, thankfully now for most places in the US, with my knowledge, teachers and school staff seem to have a better understanding of special needs and stuff like that, or just neurodivergency, and learning to deal with the behaviors. Yeah, because I always had a little bit of a attitude problem in school. But for the kindergarten to third grade, I always just kind of had a problem with keeping myself well behaved. But fourth grade onward, I learned to really control myself as I matured more. But it's hard for a lot of people, especially also myself. It's hard to go through life like this sometimes. Because for a lot of autistic people and neurodivergent people, we don't really understand what we're doing. I understand a lot of why it's not a good thing or why this is happening. And so it's really hard. So as I'm growing older, I'm also learning a lot more about autism. Learning where I should support and what things I need to know. I learned a lot more about the actual spectrum. Because before, it was more a line. each segment had things like eye contact, social anxiety, noise sensitivity, things like anger issues, things like that. It's like pretend it's like a pie chart type thing. But it's not a pie chart, just pretend it's like cut like that. And each color is filled in more. The more it's filled in, the more you have that type of trouble. Like for me, my aspect of the spectrum is eye contact, social anxiety, and noise sensitivity. While someone else may have like anger issues, noise sensitivity, or not understanding social cues that well. And I found it pretty cool because like that test was very accurate compared to like just the line of the spectrum. The line spectrum is not good at all, really. Like the circle, like if you are autistic and you want to learn like what part of the spectrum you like, what aspects of the spectrum you're mostly a part of, just look up the circle autism test, or just look up autism spectrum test. It's probably like one of the first things you'll find, and it'll ask you about like 50 questions about like certain things, like do you get angry a lot about certain situations, do you have a bad time having eye contact, things like that. But now let's talk about a little bit more like fun stuff, or like not really fun stuff, but just like I don't really consider it fun, but just like, because for a lot of like neurodivergent people and autistic people, I've seen in general, a lot of, there's something called hyperfixations. So hyperfixations are like whenever you like something, like for me, whenever you like something, you have to like it so much. Like you spend all your money on that certain thing. Like for example, for a couple of years, I would not stop buying surprise toys. Like I couldn't go to Target or any store that had surprise toys. I could not go there without buying one. And it just gave me like a very bad like shopping addiction. Like I'm getting better now, but like it's hard. And like I have a lot, like if you can see in the back, like right there, like right there, those are some of my Shopkins. And Shopkins is like the main hyperfixation when it came to my like surprise toy hyperfixation. Like I couldn't go to the store without finding Shopkins or buying Shopkins. And now it's like squishmallows, stuffed animals, things like that, makeup and nail polish. But then I have like crocheting, rainbow loom, coloring books, coloring, drawing, things like that. And sometimes it's not really a fun thing, because like you're like done. You feel done with it, but your brain tells you need to keep going. You need to keep doing it. Like God is trying to tell you they love it so much, but then you just like you don't love it because it's draining your bank account. You can't keep living like this. And hyperfixations, it may seem fun at first when you look at it, like you're like really obsessed with one thing. But sometimes it goes too far, especially when things have to do with shopping and spending money. Yeah, that was kind of my problem. Like for the 2014 to like maybe 2018, I had kind of a problem what else can I talk about? Oh yeah, like having autism and like just people not understanding you. Like when it comes to certain things, like I have emotional reactions that people don't really understand or people don't find normal. When no one is normal, normal is like not a thing. Like everyone is different. Like what is even normal anymore? But like I don't even, sometimes my family don't really like whenever I have like a weird reaction to something or when I get overly emotional about something, my family members kind of like point it out and be like, why are you getting so emotional? Why are you freaking out so much? Like for example, like I can't get over things like that easily. Like one time I went to Maui and I lost like all my scuba diving pictures, like all my snorkeling pictures. Like I accidentally like pressed a button because I didn't know how the SD card worked, and I deleted all my pictures. Until this day, every time when I'm asleep, I think about that, and I can't let myself go about it. For like people like me and other people, it's hard to let things go. Like I can't not just be like, oh, just get over it. It happened. Like I can't get over it. Like I think about it, like, and my brain tells me like, oh my god, why did you do that? You're so stupid and stuff like that. It's like, no, I understand that it was a mistake, but I always try to like tell myself like, oh, like it's fine. Like everyone makes mistakes. It may have happened like in the past, but you can't be like keep remembering it because it's just gonna make you feel even worse. Like I have pictures, like my family has pictures of us scuba diving for the first time, but like my brain can't let me get over certain things or like emotional reactions. Like my family, like for a lot of like neurotypical people, they have a reaction and then they leave. But for me, like my reaction lasts a lot longer, like because it keeps popping into my head. Because me, I was like, when I had my like diagnosis, I was like found that I have like really good memory, so I remember things and they just pop up as an image in my head. Like for example, I have a turtle pond outside my house. I own 3 turtles. Well, our family all shares 3 turtles. One for each of my siblings, me, my brother, and my sister. And my dad built a pond, and it kind of has like a short fence, and it has like big, like small little boulders, but big rocks. Small boulders, big rocks, you guys know. And the turtles like to climb on. They like the rocks, and we have like a little like floor outside the pond. But one of the turtles got out, and my parents were looking for it because they noticed that there was only 2 turtles, and our water was kind of murky because we haven't gotten it cleaned yet. We haven't cleaned it yet, so they thought, oh, probably it's hiding. And they like looked for it, and they found the turtle like next to the tire, like behind the tire. It wasn't ran over yet, but it was like right next to the tire, like where, like behind the tire. Like if my parents did not look for the turtle,